Even though the Minnesota Fighting Vikings extended quarterback Kirk Cousins to a 1-year, $35 million fully guaranteed no-trade clause deal through the 2023 season, the question of who is going to be QB2 and potentially quarterback of the future still resonates throughout the team. And the Vikings have parted ways with fourth-string quarterback Nate Stanley, the pride of Iowa, a couple weeks ago. And now you enter training camp with only 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Obviously, Kirk is QB1, but the question is, who is going to be QB2? The veteran slinging Sean Mannion, the vending machine tuna fish sandwich of quarterbacks, or is it going to be a second year, a former third-round pick, Kellen Mond, the pride of Texas A&M, where Kellen Mond, we believe in his talent, and obviously Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah do as well to a degree. Now, they've spoken highly of Kellen Mond throughout the offseason, but like we said a bunch, actions speak louder than words. And that's why I don't buy, Kwesi trashing Kirk Cousins in the USA Today article because of what's happened this offseason. They extended him, blah, blah, blah. And with Kellen Mond, the Vikings could have easily drafted their own quarterback of the future, as new regimes tend to want to do. They had their choice of all the quarterbacks. They could have took Kenny Pickett or Desmond Ridder or Malik Willis or whoever in the draft to be their quarterback of the future, or they could have picked up Carson Strong as the UDFA, but they didn't do it, and they chose to ride with Kellen Mond. And I actually do believe that, hey, if Kellen Mond was in this year's draft pool, he was taken as a third-round selection in 2021, but if he had been in the 2022 class, I think he would have been QB1. I think that he would have gone some point in the second round. I think that he would have been the first quarterback taken. Don't at me, man. But I do think that the Vikings, that basically have a bonus draft pick, because Kellen Mond last year was sort of behind the 8 ball, never got the time of day from Mike Zimmer and the coaching staff. And of course, when they had the opportunity to potentially start Kellen Mond, the game at Green Bay, at Lambeau, season on the line, Kirk Cousins out with the Rona, and then they decided to start Sean Mannion instead. And then Zimmer gets up there, because I've seen Kellen Mond practice. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's completely redonkulous. So I'm loving the reports that Kellen Mond is splitting second team reps with Sean Mannion. I hope that it actually is a fair and open competition, because if it wasn't, obviously they would just give the tie to Sean Mannion. Kirk Cousins very comfortable with him, enjoys having him in the quarterback room as an extra set of eyes, basically an assistant to the regional assistant quarterbacks coach, except you're making $700,000, $800,000 a year, whatever the league minimum is nowadays. It's ridiculous. It is like, oh, hey, my quarterback also likes having a ham sandwich for lunch, except not for $800,000. We'll just pay $10 for a ham sandwich. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I do think that Kellen Mond does have that talent to be the quarterback of the future. And I actually do think that Kevin O'Connell is a kindred spirit to a degree with Kellen Mond, because both of them were third-round picks, uber athletic, big-time arm, never got the time of day. Kevin O'Connell bounced around the league, and there's hope that Kellen Mond does not do that, because the ideal plan will be Kellen Mond gets into this offensive scheme and learns it this year, next year, and in 2024, when Kirk Cousins is out of contract, maybe the Vikings decide to move on from old-ass Kirk Cousins and his old balls, and Kellen Mond is going to be that QB1, that quarterback in waiting. All of a sudden, 2024, wanting some more, and takes over the Vikings, leads them to the rest of the Jerome Bardys over the next decade. I would absolutely love to see it, man. But as of right now, the Vikings, I don't think they're in any danger of adding a fourth quarterback. So I think that it is going to be a true blue competition between Kellen Mond and Sean Mannion. And I can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait, because, well, frankly, if Kellen Mond can't beat out Sean Mannion, we know what Sean Mannion is. He is what he is. He's a perfectly fine clipboard-holding backup quarterback who you ideally want as QB3, not QB2. And if Kellen Mond can't beat out that, then it's obvious he's not the guy, and the Vikings need to go fish next year in the draft and try and find a quarterback that way. But, it's the whole thing where, hey, if they want to hang out Sean Mannion, put him on the practice squad. They can do that. Fine. He's still in the sphere. He's not making $800K. And if you need him, you need him. But the Vikings can save a roster spot on the 53 just by housing 2 quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins 1, Kellen Mond 2, and then we'll move on with life. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kellen Mond and Sean Mannion split in second team reps at practice training camp 1. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol production value.